All right, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome everybody once more. Feel free to tell all your friends about this and tell them to hop on if they still have time to do so. We're going over a lot of information tonight, and the more people that know it, the better. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome, and let's watch a video. I tested this beforehand, so it should work. Welcome to our March webinar for DBRA Scout Ranch and our summer camp program. My name is Joe Lewis and I am the camp director. Here is a list of all of our fine and dandy, awesome, fantastic administration team this year. With me tonight, helping me present, is Jimmy Kyle, our commissioner. I'm going to hand it over to Jimmy right now to just give a little bit of a brief introduction, because this is the first webinar that he's gotten to fully be on and make introductions with. So Jimmy, go ahead and introduce who you are, where you're from, and your scouting experience.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Kyle. I am a 12-year camp staff member. This will be my first year at DBRA. Most of my time has been spent at a summer camp in Bloomington, Indiana, with one summer spent at a camp in Wisconsin with Joe previously. I'm really looking forward to seeing what how our summer is going to be. I look forward to working with all of you guys and helping you guys have the best experience possible. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Jimmy. Let's go ahead and get into things. So tonight's agenda, we got a lot of things to go over. We're going to go over our payment schedule and making the third payment, conducting a pre-camp parents meeting, pre-camp swim checks, first year camp, horse program, a little bit of a typo there, not our first year camp program. We went over that in February. Planning for camp, and then a Q&A section. So if you have any questions throughout the webinar, put them in the chat. Which brings me to our webinar housekeeping. All of the attendees are in listen-only mode. That means you can listen, but you can't unmute yourself and chat with us. That's what phone conversations are for after we're all done. Any questions that you have, enter into the chat feature. The webinar is being recorded, and the recording and slide deck will be posted to the website. If you go to michiganscouting.org. At the very top of the page is a drop-down menu that says Outdoor Adventures. You hover over that and you go to Scouts BSA Summer Camp. That is where you can find all of our webinars, slideshows, leaders guides, etc. So our commitment to you, we lead every single camp webinar we do, regardless of what it's for or who's hosting it, with this commitment that we have made as DBAR to all of you, or as the Michigan Crossroads Council to all of you. So let's get into it. So our commitment, we, the camp staff, are dedicated to providing our customers and guests a legendary scout camp experience while participating in our life-changing year-round camp programs. We're committed to providing facilities, programs, services, and camp leadership that will consistently exceed the expectations of our customers and guests. Our Michigan Scout camps will be safe havens for experiencing the best of the adventures and values of the Boy Scouts of America. What is our focus going to be this summer? We're going to strive to plan an innovative program that meets the needs of all of our Scouts, and one that will be provided by qualified and talented staff. We will work diligently to plan and implement a high-quality food service program. We will continue to upgrade and refresh our camp facilities, and we will engage you, our leaders, in our process and implementation. So if you've been on the previous two webinars, you'll notice that I have taken all of your feedback from last summer extremely personally, in the fact that we want to make things better for you. So we went over every single rating that we got, every single comment that we got, and we created a strategic plan going forward to make sure that we communicate a little bit better this year and make things a little bit smoother. And for the most part, feedback has been saying we've been doing an all right job of that. So hopefully we continue to improve, and you continue to provide feedback to make us able to improve. So our camp payment schedule. The first payment was due in February. The second payment was due in March, which means that the third payment will be due in April. You had to make the first two payments, which means you've put $100 on each Scouts account in order to reserve merit badge slots, which opened up as of yesterday. So if you have not signed up for merit badges yet, you have not made your second payment, make sure you go and do that, as slots are limited in all of our merit badges. That's not saying that you can't get into it. That's saying that if you don't get into it, well, then you're gonna have to volunteer your time so that you can come down to our program areas, so that we have extra supervision and instructors, so that we can increase our ratios of classes. So it's kind of a bonus if you waited to make your payments and you waited to sign up for merit badges, because now you get to be more involved in camp than ever. So to do your third payment, you're just going to log in to the scoutingevent.com. You're going to click look up registration in the upper right hand corner, and you're going to make sure you have your registration number ready, as well as the email for the reservation. This is due April 1st. It can be done through eCheck, which is just a routing and account number, or credit card, but there is a 2.75% convenience fee on every transaction that is not refundable. Payment information. For existing reservations, an additional $125 payment is now due for each youth participant slot. The camp fee due for new reservations at this time will be equal to $225 per youth and $50 per adult. If you missed your second payment, we already talked about this, but ultimately what matters is by April 1st, that $225 is due and that $50 is due for adults. Final payment is due, which is $125 per youth, $110 per adult, or $33 per day per part-time adult by May 1st. It's really important that you get your money in by the May 1st deadline. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, our payments do matter because we like to see you all making that commitment. But at the end of the day, May 1st is your true deadline of, if you don't get your money in by May 1st, a $50 late fee will be assessed to all youth not paid in full. So May 1st is our real, true, hard line in the sand. But April 1st, you should also make your payment as well. And the payment system will automatically tell you what your payment due is for each scout, because it's smart like that. that late fees do not apply to new scouts or Arrow of Light crossovers. So if you have a scout that's 15 who just joins, wants to go to summer camp, they do not have that late fee. If you have Arrow of Light crossovers, no matter when they cross over and you add them, they will not have that late fee. You just have to denote them as first year scouts when you make the reservation.
Hey, Joe.
Yep.
There seems to be a discrepancy between your slides and the website, according to Kelly.
Fantastic. Kelly, just go ahead and pay whatever the registration site has you paying. Things often change with little notice at times, and sometimes information is wrong on the slides, but whatever's on the reservation site itself is correct. So camp scholarships to be eligible. So real quick, before we get into the slides, go online if you need help paying for camp. Go to the camp scholarship page, which is michiganscouting.org/scholarships, and apply for them as soon as possible. The Scoutmaster does not need to apply for every scout now. Parents can now apply themselves. So just mention this at your next meeting. Send an email or a text message out to your scouts. We oftentimes have more money, and it's like any scholarship program, right? We oftentimes have more money in the scholarship pot than people actually have need for, or people typically apply for, is what I should say. So please, 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 if you have a need, go and submit your camp scholarship, michiganscouting.org/scholarships. Back to your regular messaging. To be eligible, you need to do only two things. You need to be registered within the Michigan Crossroads Council, and you need to be registered to attend a MCC Scouts VSA resident camp. You don't need anything else. You don't need to sell popcorn. You don't need to fundraise. It's going to ask you questions about that stuff. But the only two things you need to do to actually get scholarship money is be registered and go to MCC camp. That's it. A separate application must be submitted for each scout requesting assistance. And assistance will be considered based on need and the youth unit's support of the mission of the Michigan Crossroads Council, including participation in the popcorn sale. Like I said, this is not a requirement. This is something that they look at. It is not a hard line in the sand that says if you don't do the popcorn sale, you're not getting any money. That's not the case at all. Like I just said, typically we have more money to give out than people apply. Applications are due May 30th, but the first round of awards will be reviewed after April 1st. So apply by April 1st if you can. If you have scouts that couldn't apply by April 1st, their situation changes and they need that extra money in order to attend camp. May 30th is actually the last day that you can apply for a scholarship. So families will be notified by a member of the Volunteer Scholarship Allocation Committee, and families may only apply for one type of assistance. That means you can either get a camp scholarship or you can get a sibling discount. You can't get both. Typically, the camp scholarship is going to give you more. I believe the minimum for that, don't quote me, is $50, while the sibling discount only gives you $25 per sibling. So if you have 3 kids and they all get a scholarship of $50, ultimately you are paying less in the end. Pre-camp leaders meeting, or pre-camp parents meeting, I should say. These are really important for the units to host. So why host a pre-camp parents meeting? Scouts go to camp when their parents are informed of the purpose and advantages of scout camping. The purpose of hosting a parents' night is to answer their questions about health and safety, food and specialty diets, camp programs, fees and payment deadlines, leadership. By providing parents with this information early, it helps in creating a sense of responsibility for making your unit's camping program a success. I cannot tell you how many leaders and parents think that we will not accommodate their specialty diets, like gluten-free or lactose intolerant. And I can't tell you how many people think that a disability can stop a scout from coming to camp. That is not true. We oftentimes, 99.9% of the times, we can make an accommodation to make a scout's experience at camp remarkable and wonderful and memorable, regardless of any limitations that they may have. So if you have any questions about how we can accommodate you or your scouts, reach out to me and I am more than happy to give you the information you need to go and convince that parent that their scout should come to camp regardless of their situation. So the agenda for parent night should promote scout attendance at summer camp. This should be held early in the year with parents of crossovers or soon to be crossovers in attendance as well. It is recommended that units should have camping exhibits and demonstrations by the Patrol Leaders Council available for parents to see what their scouts will be doing at camp. That video that you just saw is under the forums and resources section when you look under outdoor adventures on the Michigan Crossroads Council website. Meeting agenda. This is a sample agenda. This will be available in the slide deck afterwards, as well as the recording. So opening ceremony by the SPL, typically Scout Oath, Scout Law, Pledge of Allegiance. Welcome and purpose of the meeting by the troop committee and leadership. Camp promotional materials, video, slideshows, some of these webinars or clips of the webinars. The unit's plans for summer camp by the Scoutmaster. The camp selection and why the camp fits the unit's needs this year. Camping dates and campsite. Camp leadership, exact needs and what is already in place. So that means adults going to camp. Camp savings plan suggests ways to earn money for camp. Popcorn sale, wreath sales, etc. Can drives is also a great one. How to register, fees and due dates, parent portal if using. So showing those videos of how to get people signed up is great. DHS register clearance rules for campers and visitors. Everybody has to have it to enter the property. It's super easy. They fill out the form, they can submit it via email and get it emailed back directly to them. A question and answer period, and then a closing ceremony by the SPL. All right, I'm going to hand things over to Jimmy Kyle to talk about pre-camp swim checks in the Michigan Crossroads Council.
So your paperwork for doing a pre-camp swim check is available on the Michigan Scouting website. It's michiganscouting.org/aquatics committee. You can sign up for council-sponsored events there as well. Getting your swim checks done ahead of time is a really, really good idea because it frees up time during check-in for you and your scouts, because aquatics is often an area that can get backed up for swim checks. So not only will it help you out, let your scouts have some free time, it also helps out the rest of the camp staff by allowing faster and easier check-ins on Sunday. You can still do swim checks at camp though, if that is more up your alley.
Fantastic. Thanks so much. Quick note, where the hyperlink below that says scoutingevent.com/272-swim test 2021 is actually 2022, and that's how you get there. It's pretty easy. We forgot to edit the slide. All right, so let's start talking about some horse programs at camp that we're offering this year. Yeehaw, partners. So we have an amazing program called the Ranch Hand Program that is a high adventure-esque program available to scouts 13 years and older. This is a provisional camping experience or camp without your unit. So anybody can join. Doesn't matter if you have adults, doesn't matter if you have leadership. You don't need them. Send your kids, we'll take care of them. This is a progression-based program, which means that there is something new to do each year, regardless if you've done this in the past or not. It's very much craft your own experience. So there's a variety of merit badge available, and you get to pick which merit badges make the most sense for you to take. So vet med, farm mechanics, horsemanship, welding, painting, metalworking. Perhaps you already have some of these merit badges, or your scout already has some of these merit badges, but this is still available for you to take part in regardless. Maybe they have metalworking, but they don't have farm mechanics and want to do that instead during their merit badge time. That's totally fine, and we can make that work. You also get to participate in blacksmithing, aquatics, and shooting sports while at camp as well. Being 13 years or older, you get to participate in our cowboy action shoot, which means you get to shoot a 22 lever action rifle, a side-by-side double barrel shotgun, and a 6-shooter 22 pistol as well, which is all really exciting and fun. There are 5 sessions available from July 10th through August 13th. And adults can come and participate as well. So if you're an adult and you want to come and ride horses for a week and have a lot of fun, do some welding, do some blacksmithing, all sorts of stuff, you can do that. Like, we'll always take leadership. Like I said, this is provisional camping, so we do have leadership available, but everybody knows that the more eyes you have, the better off we're all able to be when it comes to camp. And you can sign up at the link below, which is scoutingevent.com 272-Ranch Hand 2022. We also have the Silver Spur Corral. So this is the corral based out of the Jack Lord Subcamp, which offers 3 sessions of the Horsemanship Merit Badge available each day. That means a total of 45 scouts can do the Horsemanship Merit Badge during their time at camp, with a little bit of flexibility on that depending on the herd size and extra hands able to help us. Trail rides are being offered Tuesday and Thursday afternoon during session 4, which is 4:15 to 5:45 p.m. So that is an hour-and-a-half trail ride. They are also available Friday mornings from 9 to 10:30 and 10:30 to noon. 2 more hour-and-a-half trail rides. These are each for up to 12 scouts, just due to ratios and how they work, which means that you have the opportunity for 36 trail rides throughout the week, and we can open up more if the want and desire is there. This is available for sign up during the Sunday Midway. It costs $20 to do and gives you an hour-and-a-half experience. For an idea, or for insight, it costs $35 on a weekend for an hour-and-a-half experience. We're giving it at a discounted rate for summer camp programs because we want you to be able to participate. And more importantly than that, the nearest ranch to us offers $45 for an hour experience. So this is really a great opportunity. There's also specific summer camp trails that we ride. So it's a great opportunity for you to be able to do something really amazing at a really great value. Horse Programs Equestrian Camp. So this is also a provisional camping experience, which means you can camp without your unit. Important note about this one is you do not have to be a registered member of the Boy Scouts of America to attend, and it's open to youth 11 years and older. This is also a progression-based system, which means there's something new to do each year. And highlighted programs include improving your riding and showing skills, learning to groom and take care of your horse, swimming, boating, shooting sports, bouldering. There will be opportunities for climbing and rappelling, as long as we're working on it. But we're like 80% sure it's going to happen this year, which will be great. We just need the staff in order to make it happen. And then 2 sessions are available, 6:26 to 7:02 and 8:14 to 8:20. Adults can still come and participate as well. So if you have a 19, 20-year-old that wants to come to camp, or you yourself as a parent wants to come and participate in this with your son or daughter, granddaughter, grandson, doesn't matter, you can come and participate. It's going to be a great opportunity. You get to stay in one of our cabins on camp that has indoor plumbing, electricity, and showers as well. So it's a really great opportunity to come out and experience a true equestrian camp. You can sign up at the link below. All right. What I would like each of you to do now is, I was going to have something pop up, but unfortunately I can't. So in the chat, if you could all give me a one-word response of Wednesday or Friday. What is your preference as our leaders that are coming to camp of when we should host family night? Benefits of Wednesday is that you don't have to worry about scouts going home. Benefits of Friday is that if a leader has the ability, you can leave on Friday night. That's totally fine if you tear down camp. Scouts can tear down camp during their lunch break on Friday before they go ahead and leave that night to not leave the troop high and dry for Saturday. But also something really great about Friday is if parents bring their DHS letter to camp, they can stay Friday night, bring a tent, put it up in the campsite, and stay Friday night with the troop and get to experience all the fun and exciting things that, camp has to offer. Maybe it's a great segue to get some more leaders into the troop by offering that opportunity for them to come out and stay the night. So just type in Wednesday or Friday. We're taking a poll because I've had people suggest that we move it. I've had people suggest that we keep it the same. So ultimately, I want it to be up to you guys. Whatever works best for your schedules is what we're going to provide, because we're all about customer service and making sure that you have the best experience as possible. So type in Wednesday or Friday. If you don't have a preference, you can type in no preference. That's totally fine. But we just want to make sure that we are making decisions based on data rather than decisions based on what myself and the leadership team decide on over dinner. So give us ideas of what you would like. Thanks so much. Planning for camp, fantastic. I'm going to hand things back over to Jimmy Kyle to handle this section. So Jimmy, go ahead and take it away.
So we have a suggested ideal timeline for what kind of steps you guys as a unit should be taking in the time leading up to camp. We kind of briefly covered this first one earlier about payments. March 1st, April 1st is the window for collecting your merit badge selections, and merit badge registration sounds like it began earlier, given what Joe said earlier. So it is already open. So as long as you're all paid up, you should be able to have access to that. The earlier you register, the better, more likely chance of getting the programs that you and your scouts are looking for. You should have the cumulative total for what should be submitted for payment so far. And according to our comment from earlier, you're paying 115 this time instead of 125. Joe mentioned earlier the scholarships, due by, I believe, May 30th was the drop dead deadline, but April was for the first round of applications. And you should hold a final parents meeting to go over any questions, restate plans, and distribute a gear list for families to get prepared with ahead of time. And then April 1st to May 1st, you should be collecting copies of everyone's health form and release of camper forms. Having paperwork organized ahead of time saves a huge headache and hassle while you're checking in on Sunday. And do note that originals of these documents will not be returned, so provide us with copies so that way you can maintain your originals and have them for your other activities throughout the rest of the year. In this window, you're also collecting the next payment for a cumulative total of 350, and then 110 from each adult for a cumulative total of 160, and then the prorated rates for the part-time adults as well at this time. And your final payment for being on time is due May 1st. And then in the months of May to June, you should confirm transportation arrangements, making sure everyone knows when and where you're leaving from, who's going with who. Make sure that all youth protection training is up to date, proof of BSA membership and DHS clearance letters for all adults is all on file, as well as making sure you guys have a copy of the council's accident insurance for out-of-council units only. And then 2 weeks before camp, where things start buckling down, your SBL and scribe should complete the roster sheet. You should confirm final transportation arrangements, making sure everyone's schedules are still okay with doing what they've committed to. Make sure all your troops' inventory is ready to go, because nothing sucks worse than getting to camp on Sunday and figuring out that important items are broken or missing. So having a full inventory ahead of time is very helpful to set you guys up for a successful, fun week. So this goes doubly for, tents. Without good places to stay, you'll have a very bad experience. All paperwork should be organized and ready for transport. confirm dietary needs and special diets, and make sure your prerequisite slips are signed by the unit leadership or the merit badge counselor. And then 1 week prior to camp, make sure all paperwork is in your possession. Health forms, release of camper, clearance letters, proof of membership, youth protection certificates. Make sure your trailer is packed with all equipment, your roster is reviewed and updated, and that your unit/camper reports are printed from your registration. Scouts should have their class schedule. Leadership should have scout summary and period summary. You're still muted, Joe.
Thank you. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jimmy. It is incredibly important that you plan properly for camp. It is a week-long adventure, and while we do have a lot of ways to help you out while you're here, printing forms at camp is never easy, so that's one of the most important ones. Make sure you have your copies of medical forms and such before you get here. So, upcoming webinars. Register at michiganscouting.org/outdoor adventures. April 21st, 2022 at 7 p.m. and May 19th, 2022 at 7 p.m. are our last two webinars before it's summer camp time. So make sure you attend those. In June, we will be hosting several more private webinar type things. They're more meetings, virtual meetings that we will be doing in June. Between the administration staff and the leaders, scoutmasters, and SPLs of each troop that is attending camp. So we'll have a special meeting for each of your weeks, but attend these two last webinars. Get your friends to attend these last two webinars, and let's make sure we have a great time come to camp. Camp service days. If anybody is interested, we have our Mix Fix event on May 7th at DBAR. It is adults only because we have a lot of folks that are unregistered scouters coming to this event. It is only for adults. A lot of unions come to this event. A lot of skilled tradesmen come to this event. But we're always in need of people, regardless of if you're skilled or not, to come out and help clean, refresh, and repair camp to get it prepared for the summer. So if you're available, you can sign up on the council calendar. It is for adults only, like I said, but it is a great way to give back to camp and get camp prepared for summer camp. Staffing needs. We have a variety of staffing needs that we have. As an incentive, because we are in such dire need of 18 plus folks, if you have somebody that is in your troop, let's say somebody who just crossed over into being an adult from a scout, who decides that they want to work at camp instead of come to camp as a participant, we will reimburse you their fees. You'll give them a $100 sign-on bonus, and we'll give a $100 credit to your troop's reservation for hooking us up with quality staff and quality people. We will make sure to hook you up in return. So we need all sorts of folks. If you have the opportunity to serve on summer camp staff, I highly suggest it. It is one of the best things that I did in my entire life. I did, 13 years of it so far, and I'm continuing strong. So you can make a career out of it one day as well. It's a great opportunity. All right, on to the questions and answers part of the show. Jimmy is going to ask the questions that you ask in chat, and I'm going to answer them. So go ahead when you're ready, Jimmy.
Are trail rides available Friday morning for all sessions?
Yes, they are. Every single session, 9 a.m. to 10:30, 10:45, or 10:30 to 12. We'll have two opportunities.
Question about camp registration for open program. I only saw an open program section for handicraft. Is this meant for all open program merit badges or just those in handicraft? My son is planning to do camping merit badge during open program.
For merit badge registration, you can choose any of the open program opportunities. Probably what happened is when they were putting in the description, they didn't add in the entire description. So as long as it says open program, you can go ahead and join or add that to your merit badge schedule, and we'll finalize those details of when to show up and stuff at our Sunday midway.
In the leader's guide, Sit World is Monday, Tuesday at 10:45. When I tried to register a scout for it yesterday morning, it was listed as Wednesday, Thursday, 10:45.
That is a great question that I'll add that to my to-do list of things to check. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I'll make sure it's right. Fantastic.
All right. How do you sign up for the trail rides? I did not see it on merit badge selection. Is there an additional cost?
You will sign up for trail rides at the Sunday midway. So the big job fair style thing that we're going to be doing at the Hay Pavilion on Sunday, right before we go into flags and blanking real quick, and Fire Bowl. We will have a Sunday midway where you can sign up for trail rides, and you can make sure to get on and sign up for them. They are available at $20 as an additional cost.
For new scouts and Webelos crossovers, please confirm the sign-up deadlines. Also, since we'll put them in Pedro Patrol, will more slots be added to Pedro if needed?
So for new scouts and Webelos crossovers, the deadline, I believe, is 2 weeks before your session for camp. So it depends on the date that you're set to arrive. Make sure that you sign up as soon as possible, because it is just best to get them into the system, get them signed up for merit badges. I do understand that sometimes they join late. If you have somebody join at the very last minute, it's 2 days before you're supposed to show up to camp. You have somebody join, somebody wants to come to camp, something happens in their schedule that frees them up. Just give me a call, send me a text, give me an email, and we'll make sure that they can get to camp. It's important that kids come to camp, and we'll make sure that it happens. As for Pedro Patrol, will more slots be added? I think I set the capacity of Pedro Patrol to like 200, so we shouldn't really run into that issue.
Will there be required / daily temperature checks to turn in?
As of right now, there's no plans for daily temperature or wellness checks. Of course, those things are always, as we know from 2020 and 2021, things often change. But as of right now, we have been told to not be concerned for the major COVID procedures that we had to deal with last summer.
Should I have waitlisted scouts stay on waitlist or pick something else?
So if you join the waitlist, you can also pick something else, and I highly suggest that you do that. I go in to check the waitlist probably once a week, and there is a little bit of wiggle room programmed into the system for me to add people in. But sometimes, like with specialty merit badges, the new STEM area that we're putting in, if it requires resources like a computer that we only have limited amounts of, sometimes we can't go over those hard caps. So, or we can't find somebody to help out with a merit badge to increase the capacity or whatever it is. So make sure that you put them on the wait list, but you sign them up for something else just in case.
Can you review requirements for shooting sports? And I don't see a waiver online yet.
So all of the requirements are posted online. You can, if you're referring to prerequisites, that is available on your registration page. You just log into your registration page, bottom right-hand corner, there's gonna be an attachment section. The prerequisites are listed there. If you're talking about general requirements in order to shoot, you can do rifle merit badge, you can do shotgun merit badge, you can do archery merit badge at any age. There's nothing that's preventing anybody from doing them. As for our specialty program of Cowboy Action Shoot, you'll find that waiver online. I will get it added to the, I will add that to my to-do list to get it added to the attachment section on Blackbug. But right now you can find it on the michiganscouting.org website. Fantastic.
Pedro sign-up is limited to 36 slots and has a separate Pedro entry for each session period. Should Pedroers be signed up for all 4 slots during the day or just one, parentheses, any one of the 4?
They should be 200 slots, but I will double check to make sure that they are higher than that. If we do, for some reason, hit the capacity, 36 slots is still pretty good. But if we do, for some reason, hit that capacity, we will be opening up more slots. As for if Pedro patrollers should be signed up for all 4 slots, the reason why it's separated into the 4 sessions is because some scouts don't need everything that's listed on that first year camper section. So it gives you the flexibility to sign up for something session 1 or for Pedro session 1 and a merit badge in session 2. If you plan on having them go through all 4 sessions of the Pedro Patrol, just sign them up for all 4 Pedro Patrol slots, because then it's easier for them. It tells them where to go on their schedule if you decide to print it out. Makes it easier for everybody.
So a scout can get an additional merit badge by attending any open course, or is that just for exposure, no merit badge earned?
Those are 4 merit badges. So there is a list of merit badges in the Leader's Guide that are denoted as open program. Any open program merit badge can be earned during open program. The more prepared that your scout comes with, research done, previous knowledge accomplished, the more they can earn during that open program slot. I've had scouts come to camp with a binder of merit badge sheets completely filled out. And they come to camp and they earn, 8 to 10 merit badges during the week. It depends on how much goes into it. Fantastic. Any other questions that anybody has? Please feel free to ask. Great questions so far tonight. I love to see it. All right. Any questions going once? Going twice? Sold to me. Thank you. We look forward to seeing you at camp this summer. Thank you, Jimmy, for being on the call tonight. I'm super excited to have him on the team. He is going to be an incredible wealth of knowledge and awesome fun and experience for all of you to look forward to seeing at camp this summer. And we continue to grow our team every day with old staff members, new staff members. It's going to be an amazing summer that none of your scouts are ever going to forget. And it's going to be amazing. So thank you all for deciding to come to DBAR, and I can't wait to see you all.